know it was you.
I don't follow. Again with these false accusations. Stop trying to set me up.
Stop lying!
Sorry for the comedy of the intro, but it's just how I feel with this whole stupid drama bullshit. It's another day in the life of the internet, and nothing ever stops people from being very childish, immature, and, among other things, just sad. But, you know, that's the internet for you, when people just make a drama just to make themselves out to be the victim when they're clearly not, and they deliberately, deceptively hide things. So that is what gets us into this video. I actually need to talk about two little drama things. I think they'll save the other one for the end, and I'm just going to be clearing up any miscommunication on how I handled things, because I know as a human being, if I screw up, I can admit it. And I feel like how I handled the second thing at points, maybe I could have been a little bit better in how I try to describe things, because I can admit that, you know, when you're trying to text or try to describe something and you're putting it in a certain way, it can get lost in translation. But when you're doing things in voice and people deliberately try to change the narrative to make it look a certain way, which is always how it seems to be, and nothing truly changes, yeah, that's usually what it is. Sucks that that's the age we live in, but that's just how it is, so that's just how things are. So let's actually get into this whole drama. So how this originally started. Now, you guys probably saw on my community post, I just showed off a video where basically someone decided to take things out of context, make it seem like I threatened them, which I clearly didn't, and honestly try to lie and manipulate things multiple times, even in messages, to make themselves out to be a victim, and deliberately start drama just to get views, because you can have a high sub count and still be terrible with your views, as you can perfectly see. Now, I know that's going to come off a bit insulting, but the truth is the truth, and that's what this is about. So, let's just clear up the drama. Now, originally this started because at one morning, I believe I woke up and there was like 97 notifications in the Discord server. And I caught the tail end of this, and apparently he did edit his message, so I can't screenshot or tell you what the original message said, but give you a rough, you know, explanation of it, just to clear up anything. Now, I caught the tail end of this and actually asked Huss about it privately, which is another owner of the server, and he said, and I did quote, and I asked him publicly too, but I also offered up a unique compromise because I don't have a problem with self-promotion. But from what I understand, and I caught the tail end of it before he edited the message with this link, he did word things in a very deceptive manner of like, you know, my channel's a little bit better, kind of come over to my stuff. My stuff is, you know, in a way it was worded, it came off that way. Now, that's what I'm saying when it comes to words, is like the way you word things is very, you know, it has to be worded in a certain way to be, you know, offer up that type of response, at least from me. And it did come off that way. Now, maybe that wasn't his intention, but the way things were worded with the link before it was edited, which he seems to do a lot of to cover his ass, because the whole point of the video, he goes through stuff after the fact when he knows we do not have the evidence to back up our claims, because he's either edited things or deceptively, you know, covered his ass when I've called him out on certain things. Just like with his YouTube, he edited the 21 part after knowing my age. After I called him out, especially when I said, you know, you're 20, I'm 21, you know, act your age, you know, you can handle things a lot more civilly, blah, 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 something around those lines. And I believe he got pissed off and said something on the lines of, in the YouTube chat, funny enough, which he deliberately was very antagonistic, which you're going to be seeing a lot of, where he's deliberately just doing this to troll and be kind of a douchebag, which really doesn't faze me at all, because this is just utter pointless bullcrap, but whatever. He also probably changed his Discord, you know, what's it called, to 21 after it being 20. Which, that's not the only thing that he's done. Every time I've called him out, he's either edited certain things and then later on messaged certain people and made it seem like, oh, that's not what's going on, that's not this, that's not that, when it's clearly what it is. He's just very antagonistic, and just because he got called out for being wrong. When two owners of the server see the same exact thing of spam and bullcrap, and deliberately you editing messages is like, where did I say that? Because you know that there is no proof that we can prove, because we didn't have a chance to fix things until afterwards. And if I was screenshotting stuff beforehand, which I should have been, then there would be proof in this video. But there will be enough evidence to kind of back up some of my claims. And the way he presents the video is, at the end of it all, I actually know a lot of people that know my character, and I showed them a lot of the evidence, told them, and actually I did talk with the other owner. We did try to set things to where it makes it harder for this stuff to happen again, because we really don't need the drama. There's a lot of stuff going on in the internet, and it's just ridiculous that people have nothing better to do than just start drama with people because they cannot take criticism or can't be called out for something. Now, if I perfectly make a mistake, I can own up to it. Now, I don't think he can, because he heavily alters things and edits things to cover his ass, and he does it multiple times, which you can see a lot of if you look at the screenshots and you look at the way things are presented. And if you look at the video, when I made a small comment about sub count, he took this very literally and had to prove a point in the video, and kind of has a very mocking tone throughout the video. And honestly, it just shows very much how childish and immature he really is, because one thing I was making a point on was how some people deliberately try to do things no matter to make themselves bigger and get more attention, which you did prove me right, by the way, so thank you. Because in doing this video and deliberately trying to paint yourself as a victim and going as far to try to dox me with your description and in our brief encounter in the comments, which just led me to delete the comments because I just said, screw this, I'm not going to argue with you, it's not even worth it. You actually threatened to make more videos to try to expose me because apparently I did a bunch of things wrong, only because I called you out and you didn't like it in some aspects, which, of course, you know, if you're going to act like a child in the way you respond, if you cannot be civil, you know, if you're 21, you sure as hell don't act like it. If I'm being honest, I didn't go out of my way to make a video to make it seem like someone was threatening me when they clearly weren't. Now, I can personally admit the way I worded it was very crude, and maybe it could have sounded threatening, which you capitalized on, but it was never at all intended as a threat. It was only intended to say, you know, if you keep doing this, the way you're acting, the way the spam and the way you've done things, it's only going to make you look, it's only going to make things worse on you. It's just going to get you banned because you're going to keep going and going, and that's just going to be the end of it. Which any sane person can see that was the intention. I didn't go out of my way to drag people into it by showing no disregard, just screen capturing and putting other people that don't want to be a part of any type of drama into the video. I didn't go out of my way to edit any of my messages. Now, I'm pretty sure, yes, I will admit that I deleted a few of them, because after a certain point, what was the point in responding anymore? You made a brilliant point to me. It's like, you're the one that's made multiple posts and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You were right. And I decided, screw this. This is not worth discussing. This is not even worth talking about. Hell, you're the one who got mad because I blocked you so you could not respond anymore or keep going at this stupid match because, you know, you couldn't take what I had to say or you couldn't take what Husk had to say. They even called you out respectfully in the comment section, and you kind of got smart-aleck about it because you knew you were in the wrong, which you do a lot of, especially when it came to me. Now, I can't prove what you said when it came to the YouTube comments side of things because I didn't screenshot anything, but you were incredibly disrespectful and rude and condescending. So honestly, it wasn't even worth discussing, and now I can admit that there was other people that called you out that were just as bad as you, which I don't condone that. I don't like that people get, you know, fight fire with fire, and I don't think hating you or throwing some shit your way is not the way to handle it. I don't think it's right, and I don't think that people should be doing it. But if people civilly call you out and say, you've edited shit, you've done things, and from what I've seen, a few people are doing that, and I applaud them for looking more into it and actually looking more into what's going on. Because right now, you're lying your ass off. And the whole point of the video, I even showed it to a lot of people, and they couldn't even sit through it because you're deliberately mocking and being condescending and trying to make it seem a certain way when it's really not. And I hope as a person you grow and you do better, because at the end of it all, we're all human, we learn from our mistakes, but in this case, you need to do better and learn not to do what you did. But yeah, with that drama out of the way, let's actually get into another one. I actually ended up cutting this bit of the drama because it's not really worth talking about. It does kind of relate, but it's with another person, but I decided to cut it because one, it's just going to make things worse, and two, the other thing is, I did make some mistakes on the way I worded things, and it's so easy in a comment for things to get lost in translation compared to voicing stuff, and honestly, I think I said pretty much all I needed to say. It wasn't me ever really claiming this is the way things were, this is the thing on this person. It was only me making some rough, criticisms from previous interactions and the way that she handles herself and how easily triggered she can be when it comes to any type of criticism or any type of negative feedback. Even small little things that she conceived as condescending, triggering, or just in general that it felt like for her that it's, chipping away at her confidence and stuff like that, which I can understand. But you have to understand that this is the internet. People are going to criticize certain things you do in your work or your character. And that was always forever my point. And a lot of things got lost in translation. Maybe certain things could have been worded better. But I am not perfect. And I probably made some mistakes with how I worded things, handled things, and stuff like that. But she definitely made some mistakes on her end. Whether she accepts it or not, she doesn't realize that she has a lot of growing up to do, and with the age of social media, it's not good. So, it's not up for me. We already went our separate ways. How we both handled it probably was wrong, but regardless, that's just the end of it. So, that's pretty much the end of the video. I just wanted to go in with the two different dramas. The other one I'm kind of vague about because I personally don't need to talk about it anymore. We've already kind of said all that we needed to say on either end. And I'm going to be as mature as I can about it because I was always intending to be. It was never any rudeness or bad intentions with what I had to say. So, yeah. But with the other one that's trying to throw my reputation under the rug and dox and do shit, yeah, that's just a can of worms on its own. Oh, sorry that there's not really much proof that I can bring into the video. It's more of a he said, she said scenario, which I kind of apologize for, but that's what happens when you don't completely screenshot things for evidence, and completely on me. But, that's just how things are. Hope you guys kind of ignore this video or watch it and make up your own mind. If you see the video, don't go to the guy and hate on him or cuss at him or just shit on him because, he's making fun of me or doing this whole thing with me. I don't condone that. I think he needs to grow up and do better as a person and be better. But, sometimes with the internet, it's not easy for people to do. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed. Hope I cleared up a little bit of some stuff. But yeah, that's all.